Also, what you can do in the control panel is another thing that folks use a lot, and that is markets. So a market is a really great tool just for creating a very specific save search that you can do a number of things with. So let's go ahead here and say add a market. We're going to call this one Citrus Heights. Test. And you're going to see here that you name it, and then you can select the search type. So a couple different ways you can use this. You can just do it as a basic MLS search, which is going to correspond, with a search that's going to look a lot like this, just very, very, very basic, type things. Or you can do an advanced MLS search, which is what I always recommend doing, which allows you to parse by all the different strings that are available within your, specific thing. So let's do Citrus Heights one story, or single story, rather. So we're going to just pull up Citrus Heights. I'm going to see that we have 124 results right now. I'm going to go ahead and tick that off for one story. Oh, we got no results for one story. Let's do new construction. 1 results. Again, this is demo IDX, so it's not like up-to-date MLS info. It's just, I think, 100 random listings from the history of the MLS. So yeah, so Citrus Heights new construction. What this is going to do is going to create a dynamic save search that automatically updates itself when new listings fitting this criteria come on the market. And also when those ones leave, they exit too. So this is a permanent search. This basically works in perpetuity. And I'll show you how to add it to a page that can be a permanent fixture on your site. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and save this. And even though it's not much to look at, just one result, we can still do a lot with this save search. So what a lot of folks do when they start with EasyAgentPro is like they're very eager to start with Facebook ads and do that kind of thing. But it's also a good idea to explore the world of Instafarm pages. Now, Instafarm pages are neighborhood landing pages. They're very easy to use and create. You can install IDX on these pages, for use in specific scenarios. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a single story, a Citrus Heights new construction page. I'm just going to call it Citrus Heights new construction. And that is automatically going to give it a URL. Let's go ahead and say Citrus Heights CA. Menu name, we're not going to go out of giving this a menu name because this is, actually, yeah, let's give it a menu name. Citrus Heights new construction. I'm going to go ahead and click Add to Menu. You can skip all this for now. This is kind of a purpose-built page. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come down to this area here, extra information on IDX shortcode. And this is exactly how we're going to get this saved search to display on this page. So what we're going to do, click this little IDX shortcode button. And we're going to see a couple options here. We're going to go for listing report. And then you're going to see that this says market here, select one. And then we have the 3 that are in the back end. So that market area corresponds with whatever markets you have saved in your back end here. So if you ever add a new one, it's going to be automatically be available. And then we'll just say listing date, display header, sure thing. Go ahead and copy the clipboard. And then you just paste straight into there the actual listing search that you made. I'm just going to go right ahead and save this as a draft. So, okay, cool. So I've got this pulled up. Again, we're working with the demo IDX and the demo site. So the thing about IDX is that if you have a draft saved, you're not going to see the IDX listings on it. You have to actually publish the page itself. This was only going to pull up one new construction listing anyways, so let's just go ahead and pretend it's there. So this is Citrus Heights new construction. Now this could be a page that you add, maybe up at the top you have, all of your featured areas, and then you could also nest this new construction page underneath this. Couple things you can do with it though beyond that I think are super cool. We could actually use this employed in an ad campaign right away. so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to go out to apps here. Oops, did not mean to open Firefox. Yeah, so Cindy, yours would be cindysheltonhomes.com/email-alerts. That would be for you. So yeah, say we wanted to run an ad campaign. So, you know, Citrus Heights, new construction, that's a very niche kind of thing. It's a very good option, you know, for running what we would say like a Facebook ad, you know, because that's, you know, people looking for new homes, and Citrus Heights is going to be a very discrete section of, you know, the buying market in general. So it's a good candidate for a squeeze page. Now, we're not going to get too much into it, but let's go ahead and just make a squeeze page for this. So this is going to be, of course, a landing page that folks are going to be, you know, urged to opt in order to see what's behind it. So I'm just going to use what I think is our highest converting one. It's going to be this template right here. That's a Facebook sign-in template. I'm going to just change the text. Interested in new Citrus Heights homes. And then I'm just going to say, click below to access our exclusive list of new construction in Citrus Heights. And then, you know, something like something like that. That always kind of does pretty well for ads. And, you know, you could pop in the back here, like maybe some, you know, you could change these pictures to like a home under construction or something like that. You know, super easy to do. But we'll just leave it that way for now. So let's say, you know, we're going to say done editing. We would basically just redirect folks to this URL here. And now this is just a draft, so let's go ahead and see if this might work. Oops. There we go. Go ahead and click save. Go ahead and click launch. I'm gonna go ahead and skip those settings for now. Call this Citrus Heights new. Oh, actually no, we're gonna call this Citrus Heights new. Citrus Heights new. One thing to keep in mind is because the URL of this page is Citrus Heights new construction, you don't want to give the squeeze page the same URL because you can only have one page per site that has that URL, so you might jack things up if you do that. So I'm just going to call it Citrus Heights new. Save it. And then let's check out our fancy new landing page. See Citrus Heights new here. I'm going to be automatically redirected. It's just taking a moment to redirect here. Boom, perfect, to that new construction page. Now again, oh, there's the listing. Very good. So yeah, so here we go. So we have a, you know, a listing that's new. Let's see how accurate that information is. You know, really, really easy to use tools, you know, that kind of allow you to do this. So yeah, so that's just a good example of, you know, not only, you know, how to, you know, let's see, when was this built? Exterior features, additional info. Looks like it doesn't actually have any information about the date that it was built, but I'm assuming that this is a new one. Is new construction, there we go, yes. So yeah, very, very easy to use to do that. So that's just a good example of how IDX can be used in a more like kind of, you know, direct fashion so that you can actually integrate it with, you know, advertising on the site. But you can also just, you know, really easily use it passively too. You can just send that email alerts link out to folks and be like, hey, you know, I have all the listings on the MLS that Zillow does, and your site absolutely does. It updates, you know, at every interval that your MLS does. So if your MLS, you know, updates with new listings every 15 minutes, you're going to see the exact same information on your lead site. So a good drip that I recommend is, you know, just send an email blast out to folks that you might have worked with in the past or leads that you already have and say, hey, got a new website. Would love to see what you think of the IDX on it. You know, don't trust that out-of-date info on Zillow. You know, go to this URL to get yourself signed up with email alerts for it. So, and then you would just send them that email or alerts link, and then hope some folks opt in. So, a lot of ways that you can kind of be pushing this out, to folks, and, hopefully be getting, some information about what kind of houses they want. Might seem counterintuitive to send that to people that you already have the contact info for, but if you just have an email address and you've never actually spoken to somebody, if they sign up, for the property organizer and they start favoriting listings, then, you're doing a damn good job. So definitely a tool that I recommend checking out.